Taste Buddies, the first ever Taste Buds live stream is upon us. May 10th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are coming to you live from the Taste Bud NoPresh studios with special guests, special surprises, and an epic battle that will be unrivaled.
It's $10. It's super cheap. You watch it live, and then you have a week to watch it on video on demand. And you could finally vote live. You vote live in real time, so check it out, and we'll see you May 10th.
Go to moment.co/tastebuds. We want to see you there. Folks, Joe DeRosa here. I got some live dates, few dates to throw at you. You know how it goes. I never promised you a rose garden. Where and when? New York City, May 3rd. That's this week at the Crane Theater. That's the last of the residency run there, at least for now. May 4th and 5th, Pittsburgh. That's also this week. Doing I Never Promised You a Rose Garden out there. And then into September, because I'm taking the summer off, Avenel, New Jersey, the Avenel Performing Arts Center, September 16th. That's a Saturday. All tickets and showtimes available at joederosa.com. That's right. I got my own name.com now. Nothing's gonna stop me. Joey Roses also. Come through. We're open 7 days a week at 11:30 every day. Sandwiches, good times, and booze. JoeyRosesNYC.com.
What's up, Taste Buddies? I am on the road with the Impractical Jokers. We are halfway through the tour, adding dates all the time. So check out ImpracticalJokersLive.com. Coming up next, May 5th and 6th, we are in West Valley City, Utah, and Denver, Colorado. May 19th, 20, and 21, Arlington, Texas, the Moody Center in Austin, and Sugar Land, Texas. June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Columbus, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, and Detroit at the Fox. June 15, 16, 17, Minneapolis, Des Moines, and Kansas City. And then rounding out the last posted dates right now in July, we're coming to Nashville to play the Grand Ole Opry House, the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, and 2 at the Stifle Theater in St. Louis. Everything available at ImpracticalJokersLive.com.
Taste buds, they coming to the mic, talking about the food they hate, talking about the food they like. Two fools gonna fight, but only one food can be right. Taste buds, man, yeah, they coming to the mic. I'm talking.
Hiya, Taste Buddies. Welcome to TASTE Buds.
And we have Joe DeRosa back with us this week.
It's good to be back. How did last week go with Jay Larson? I refuse to watch when I'm not on the program.
I understand that. You're a curmudgeon. That's what you do.
It's not curmudgeon-y. It's a man protecting his worth, his self-esteem.
Oh, it's a man not supporting his own business.
Let me be honest. It's a little something I have with Jay Larson.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Jay was actually great.
I know. I'm joking. I love Jay.
No, I know. I know you're joking. Bitch, man.
Oh, I said the F.
All right.
I didn't mean to.
Sorry. Jay, thank you, Jay, for filling in. Jay's actually with us this weekend in Bangor, Maine, in Boston. He's opening for us this weekend.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
You are also with us. You're not. You're not?
I keep telling you, don't say it. It's a fun surprise.
Okay. The people in the audience who bought tickets are the ones who have had to see this.
Huh?
And they don't know when you're going to be with us. So here. Look, I want to thank someone who made these beautiful mugs for us. NoPresh mugs. Hey Babe and Taste Buds. Really cool. I've had them for a while. I forgot who they came from, but you know who you are, and thank you very much. We have a couple of these.
So wait a minute. You just said to me you've had those in your home.
Yeah, they were in plastic wrap. Like when I got them, I threw them in the closet, and I realized.
Where'd you get them from?
Like 5 or 6 times I meant to bring them. Someone gave them to me at some point.
Someone handed them to you.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying you took them out of this office, brought them to your home in a selfish maneuver.
No. You're all over the place.
I'm not all over the place. I'm right here. I'm right here. Right here. Today's battle is going to be... Oh, wait. I got to weigh on the Larson battle. Weigh in on the Larson battle.
Larson, what would we have there?
Let me guess. Crabs versus feasts? This is Boston versus the Celtics versus the Eagles?
No, it was actually Lucky Charms versus Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Wow. 2 cereals I wouldn't shake a stick at.
Wow. You're in the minor.
I said it before. I'll say it again. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the redheaded stepchild of Golden Grams. Golden Grams destroys Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's not even close. I hate Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It tastes like rice. It tastes like if you just sprinkled cinnamon on Rice Krispies to me. I think it sucks. And
I mean, I would tell you, I only tried it once, and for the first time over the Pandy. And I get it. I get why people like it. I didn't realize how many people are like stands of it.
Stands? What's that mean?
I mean,
Like like Eminem stan, like big major fans.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant?
Wait, why did you say Eminem stands?
The Eminem song "Stan" about like the obsessed fan. Are you saying people are stans of Cinnamon
Oh,
Toast
I
Crunch?
thought you were
Like
talking about
they're
the
obsessed-
chocolate-covered candy.
What the hell is stans? What do you
That's actually, that is, I think, where it comes from. It is. That is the origin of it.
Yeah.
It's insane that you piece
scoff
that
at me?
together.
Well, what the hell else could it mean? It's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, I thought it was like shortened for I stand with at first, but this is where it's from.
Anyway,
Right?
and then Lucky Charms is, that elf can go screw. What is he? A goblin?
Lucky?
What's his name? What is he? A
Excuse
leprechaun.
you?
Sorry.
Lucky can go screw?
Yeah, I don't.
I like Lucky
it's
from long
fine.
ago. We pulled up his photos. He's changed over the years, and the new one looks like a sociopath.
What's he look? Oh, look at that! Jesus, that's demonic. Oh my God! Wait, scroll up, pimp. Wait. Look at that one. The Unlucky Charms. What's that? Was that a real box they
That
put
can't
out?
be real.
I think it was. It was a limited.
That can't be real.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Full Moon Horror. Full Moon Horror makes. Oh, it's a DVD. Oh, that's great. They made a movie called Unlucky Charms. Oh God, man, that would have been great if that was. It is. It's a collector's cereal box of Full Moon Horror. Full Moon Horror Studios made. They made the Puppet Master movies.
Sure.
They made a lot of
I
like.
saw Leprechaun recently.
Leprechaun was not made by Full Moon, but I own every Leprechaun film ever made.
I imagine that you do.
How
I have one of
roll.
them. I have Leprechaun in the Hood.
I own that one.
You saw it?
It's rough stuff.
Speaking of Bangor, Maine, tonight at Bangor, Maine, Cross Insurance Center.
The
Oh
Jokers.
no, sorry, it was this Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
What
bad.
are you doing?
Thanks for coming out.
So I wouldn't. I mean, it's Lucky Charms is a shit cereal. Without those marshmallows, you got nothing.
You know, babe, we covered this.
Pimp asked me to weigh in. I'm weighing in.
Yeah, well, look, the marshmallows
right.
are the key ingredient, and
It's a key
there's
ingredient. Is
something
not
about the marshmallow and the sugar covered oat.
that oat ain't sugar
together.
covered. That oat ain't sugar
Oh,
covered.
well, it's something about the two together that was really nice.
Yes, but I will say this: a key ingredient to me is not
You could
doesn't carry the whole dish.
You could have a box of a bowl of Lucky Charms in front of you, a fresh bowl, just poured, still crunchy, with a spoon right in front of you. You could resist that?
I'd take a bite. Honestly, though, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I would have zero
Yeah, I don't
interest.
think I think Lucky Charms would be harder for me to resist. for sure.
Zero. But I got to tell you, though, I want to really drive this point home over the plate. A key
From
ingredient.
now on, when you drive a point over a plate, when you're going to do that, let's just bring it, please. So when you feel like you hammered home a point, finish it with Cadoba. Boom.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
I
do
say
that.
it in my life, and I don't say it on the pod. And
All
that's
right.
weird to me.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think a key ingredient, to me, a key ingredient is more like along the lines of like, if I made you a cake, like if I made you a wonderful apple cake, right? And then you said,
What's an apple cake?
Sal, come on.
You know what?
Some of the shit you don't know of is astounding to me.
What is an apple?
You
cake?
never had apple
I know a
cake?
thing or two about a thing or two, and what you don't know can fill up a book.
Please, what you don't. You never had apple cake,
So it's cake that tastes like apple.
dude? It's amazing,
Oh,
dude. You would love.
I mean,
apple
I've
cake.
never even seen it on a menu for real.
It's not usually on menus. It's usually something a nana or a loving mother makes.
Well, I guess there's your answer.
But apple cake is great. But here's my point. Let's say I made you a wonderful apple pie,
Sure.
and you said, Joe, I got to tell you, key ingredient in this thing, or like what puts your apple pie over the top versus the other, that dash of cinnamon that I'm tasting more. That to me is key ingredient. Key ingredient is not.
One of the two ingredients.
Yeah.
How's that possible? Come on, Joe.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, the two things in both things in Lucky Charms are the key ingredient. You don't have it without the other one. I don't even know what we're doing. I argued with Jay about this.
I'm saying you
lost.
removed one of those. You took Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No.
Oh, you took Lucky Charms.
Yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
saying-
Beet Lucky Charms.
I'm saying you take one of those ingredients, you take those ingredients, you separate them, you got a bowl of marshmallows that are edible and tasty and a bowl of dog shit. Like, that's it. Like,
but
there's.
Yeah, but but the two together is what makes Lucky Charms.
I understand that, but I'm saying.
I can't just eat a bowl of marshmallows, even though I like them. I can't. It's too much.
My point is it's like saying this toast, the key ingredient in this toast is the strawberry jam on it. It's like that toast ain't doing a goddamn thing nothing by itself. It's not doing anything. It's lifting nothing.
Yeah.
It's lifting nothing. Lucky Charms is
I did this for an hour.
All right, fine. Fair enough.
Nice to have you.
Our battle today. Good to see you again.
Yes.
Halfway. I sent you a picture of carrot cake last night.
Yeah, you saw. Oh, let's just clear the air here. We battled carrot cake versus cheese. What would you have?
Chocolate cake, I think.
No.
I think it was chocolate cake.
He was opposed to carrot cake a few weeks back, a couple
Yes.
months back. This man has been traipsing all over New York City, the greater metropolitan area,
Yes.
ordering cheesecake at every establishment
Carrot
he
cake.
enters.
You said
Sorry, it's
cheesecake.
carrot cake. At every establishment he walks into, who won that?
Crumb cake, I believe, won.
Yeah. So you were against it and you beat it.
Yep.
And now he sends me a picture of him eating a carrot cake once a week. It's ridiculous.
I have been in recent weeks frequenting some, I wouldn't say fine restaurants, but some nicer places where you sit down for a meal. Last night I went to Keen's Steakhouse. It's a wonderful place if you've never been. A couple weeks ago I went to a museum to look at the hip hop exhibit, and then I went into the restaurant downstairs. It's a museum in Union Square. I was with Paul Italia.
Speaking of hip hop and speaking of Paul, next week's guest, just for a little teaser for the hip hop heads out there, is legendary producer and hip hop head and aficionado who's behind De La Soul and Grave Diggers and Stetsasonic, Handsome Boy Modeling School.
Yeah.
Prince Paul is going to be our guest next week.
I can't believe it.
We are ecstatic. So for all of you out there that means something to, we know how excited you are as well. Go
I
ahead.
can't believe he is in the top 10 of all-time hip-hop producers.
Well, we will talk to him about it.
Yeah. Anyway, so, but the night of the hip-hop exhibit, we went to the restaurant inside that museum in Union Square. I forget the museum's name. And we were getting dessert after we had this tremendous meal. We had steak. We had schnitzel with the breaded.
Yeah, schnitzel's funny. I remember when I found out what schnitzel was. It's a breaded chicken cutlet.
So good.
That's what it is. I'm like,
Or veal cutlet.
chicken cutlet?
Or veal, yeah. And at dessert, we all went to get dessert, and we said to the waiter or waitress, "What do you think? What is the move here?" And she goes, "You got to get the carrot cake." And I was like, "I don't know, miss." I'm like, and she was like, "You guys got to get this." So we got 3 desserts. We're like, "Well, I'll share." I hit that carrot cake. I was like, "Holy shit, man!"
Yeah, your eyes were
and
open.
it had shreds of real carrot in it. Also, the Magnolia carrot cake cupcakes put me over the top. And then
They're still in the fridge.
Are they still good, do you think?
No.
Oh, did you see how excited I just got?
It's been 2 months plus, maybe more.
I don't know.
3 months. Way more.
All right.
I will gladly participate in getting that box and seeing you take a bite. They might still be good. Maybe there's
I'm no sweets today.
Okay.
Because I had sweets last night. Anyway, after dinner last night, I'm looking at the dessert menu.
That's when you draw the line.
It says our family's carrot cake. That's how it reads on the menu at Keen's Chop House.
They know what they're doing.
Waiter came over. I go, "Tell me about the carrot cake." He goes, "Man, you got." And I was like, "Bring it." He brought it, and it did not disappoint. And I loved sending you that picture.
Do you know that I made a... Oh, you were at the house.
Knowing you...
Did you come to my...
No.
You weren't at the house when I made a carrot cake from scratch?
No. Of course, I'd be talking about it.
I recently made a carrot cake from scratch.
I know, that's what made you argue it. That's why we did the
I
battle.
peeled the carrots.
Yeah,
everything from
you
pure
said all
scratch.
this. Yeah.
And it was just fantastic.
You made your own cream cheese icing?
I did.
Wow.
I
All right.
did. In
I
my
challenge
KitchenAid
you
mixer.
to make me a carrot cake this year for my birthday.
You challenge me? All you're doing is give me a task to make you a cake.
You can't do that for your buddy on
No,
his
I will.
birthday?
I actually absolutely will.
I want you to,
Was it August
6th,
6th?
whatever drunken scenario we end up in on that day or
You
the
got it,
days
baby.
around it, I want you to bring a homemade from scratch carrot cake.
Okay, you got it.
And we will all eat it together in whatever bar we're in.
Okay.
All right. What is that too much?
No, does that count as your gift for the year?
No.
Thank you, man.
This guy, no.
But every day is a gift with me, fam.
All right. Our battle today, we got to get to it. Our battle today is milkshakes versus root beer floats. Sal, you are team.
Root beer float.
And I am team.
Milkshake. We didn't do this, right? I never argued a root beer float. I feel like I did, and I feel like it was at your bar.
V-check.
Was it part of a lightning round? Did you do a search?
Well, it's too late now.
Oh, well, it's all right. It could, as long as it wasn't up against Milkshake.
Dr. Pepper root beer cherry Coke.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, okay, we're good.
It's fine.
All right. So let's just get into this battle because I got a lot to say.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Time 2. BATTLE butts. All right. I can't believe you have the sack to think a root beer float is going to take down the all-encompassing menu item of milkshakes. This is nuts. First of all, a root beer float hasn't been on a menu since 1954 when Fonzie ordered
Incorrect.
it.
I just went to Burn Steakhouse in Tampa, which is a legendary steakhouse.
Well, as far as steakhouses in Tampa go, I hear that's one of the best.
No, that's what I thought. This place is home to kings and queens. This
You
place,
got Burns, you got Outback.
no. I'm telling you, you don't know what you're talking about, dude.
I'm
It's like a 70-year-old steakhouse.
All right.
It's inside of it. It's like five things on the block that they added together. It's this long, crazy, weird building, and inside one room's decorated like a goddamn medieval castle. But
Speaking
real.
of Burns, I'm hanging out with Steve Byrne later.
Yeah, he's recording. They asked me to record, but I got to run home.
Yes.
My point.
I've already done the
They
show.
have,
I'm
and
a
I
good
think I
friend.
might have mentioned this to you, but they have when you're done eating in one of the rooms that you're in, there's an upstairs separate full room / restaurant of its own that just deals with desserts.
Wow.
And they have like 100 desserts.
It's wild.
Wait, and they usher you from your seat and they take you upstairs. Now, upstairs is all dark, right? Dimly lit. And people eat in these little private wooden barrel coves that are all over the floor. So you walk and then you look into like this little like wood slatted thing, right? Maybe you could pull it up, Burn Steakhouse in Tampa, the dessert room. And you sit down and you're in your own pod, like a wooden pod that's made to look like barrels. And so you don't see anybody, right? Else. And you have your menu, your group in there. There's 5 buttons on the wall. And you can push each button, and each button has a different type of music playing, from like old-timey jazz to whatever. And there's also a phone on the wall.
Okay.
And if you pick up the phone and someone else picks up the phone, it'll connect you to their barrel. And you could talk to someone you don't know on the phone.
Wild.
Dude, I never seen anything like it in my life. Root beer float was on the menu. And if root beer float is good enough for them, it's
Jesus
good enough for your boy.
Yeah. Okay, Sal. So you found root beer float was on the menu
You just said it was-
of the Wonka Factory Steakhouse you ate
you
in
just said
with goofy phones connected. I mean, this is insane.
It's not goofy.
This is insane.
It was
literally what you just described.
It was an all-time dining experience. So you call it what you want.
It sounds awesome, but literally what you just described sounds like if you're like, I'll tell you where there's a root beer float on the menu. There's a swingers club in Poughkeepsie. You go into an attic. You have to use the code word, of course.
Yeah.
You throw your keys in the
There's nothing
bowl,
on this
and
screen.
they've got a root beer float.
Yeah.
You're in a real narrow. You're dealing with a place that has 100
Milkshake,
desserts.
Yeah, Milkshake is like the days of like the old timey diner, right? I
Well,
get it.
I'll tell you
I
this.
love a milkshake.
I'll tell you this. The
But
only place
I
you
got
ever see
stuff-
milkshake anymore is ready
diner.
for it, diner and McDonald's. And McDonald's makes a mean milkshake when the machine's working.
By the way, May 10th, Wednesday night, just to divert for 1 second, is the first. We got it. May 10th, Wednesday night. Pimp is going to put the link. If you're watching a YouTube video, the link's below us, or you can click on it in the body of below the video. If you're watching online, go to Moment. Just go to Moment, search Moment, moment.co, and look up Tastebuds. It's /Tastebuds. It's Wednesday night, May 10th. Tickets went on sale a couple of days ago. This is the first time we're announcing the ticket sales directly on this podcast. We just put it up on socials. So this is the call to action for every listener and viewer right now. May 10th, Wednesday evening, 9 p.m. We're streaming live. We are foregoing a live audience stream. We're not going to do it at a live audience venue. We were at first, and it proved difficult, so we're doing it here in studio. Big surprises. Big guest surprises. And I think the biggest battle we've ever had. It's a supersized show. It's like $10. You get to watch along live, and for the first time ever, which people have been asking us for 2.5 years, you're gonna get to vote in real time, which never happens. And so they could basically use our argument to sway their vote.
And without giving away too much, there will be a McDonald's element.
Without giving away too much, one of the surprises is the McDonald's element. You can take that what you will. If you're an avid fan, you might be able to make a couple guesses. If not, I don't know.
But yeah,
join
us.
We'll have a handful of guests.
Join us.
You get to watch. So it's on VOD. It's on video on demand as well, up to 7 days after you purchase it. It's $10 now, like $12 day of, but it shouldn't be missed. I think it'll be our most special episode to date.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So if you're a fan and you know a fan, tell a fan. We'll see you that night. We're planning it now. It's ridiculous.
I agree. Folks, let's talk about BetterHelp. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp's a great service. I use it. I love it. It has helped me greatly in navigating this crazy experience we call life. It can throw a lot of curveballs at you. It can be quite challenging at times, and it doesn't come with a rule book. And I find the therapy I receive through BetterHelp to be extremely convenient and extremely helpful.
I love it. And think about how much time you spend on yourself in a week and how much time you spend on others. You know, I think you should take time for yourself, and not a lot of people do that. And BetterHelp is a good way to do that. Learn yourself. You know, therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life as you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist. And you could switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/tastebuds. Today, you're going to get 10% off your first month. That's better, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp, HELP.com/tastebuds.
You know, one of my favorite things about getting a box of Awesome from Bespoke Post every month is how it sneaks up on you. I forget I have it. It's a subscription service, and it's worth more than I pay for it, and it comes, and they kind of curate things to my liking. You forget that it's coming, and one day, boom, it's at your front door.
It is fun.
And you're like, let's see what you got this month. It is. No matter what you have going on this spring, Box of Awesome has you covered, from camping gear essentials, cookout must-haves, and drink game upgrades. Their collections for every part of your life. To get started, take the quiz at boxofawesome.com, and your answers help them pick the right stuff for you. They release new boxes every single month across a ton of different categories, and each box is valued at about $70, but you only pay a fraction of that price. Plus, each Box of Awesome, you're supporting small businesses, because 90% of everything that comes in a Box of Awesome is from a small and upcoming brand. It's free to sign up, and you could skip a month or cancel anytime. It's fun. It's a no-brainer. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter code TASTEBUDS at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code TASTEBUDS for 20% off your first box. Boxofawesome.com, code TASTEBUDS.
Done spieling about the fucking live stream? We get back to the battle now?
Yeah.
You done?
Yeah.
All right, good.
So, milkshakes.
All right, maybe focus a little bit.
I love them, but I will tell you, I have a milkshake.
Nothing on that? I'm breaking your balls. I thought you'd break my balls.
I'm trying to get to this battle.
Oh. All right.
You know, with the milkshake, it's so delicious when it hits your lips. And then, like anything you keep sucking on, it eventually just goes south. It's so delicious, but when you're done with a milkshake, every time I've ever had a milkshake, the first sip or the first half of it, I'm like, oh, this Jesus must have made this. The recipe, at least. And passed it along to his disciples. But then by the end of it, I'm like bloated and full, and there's too much heavy cream in me. And I'm just like, I drank too much of that damn milkshake, and it's always a bad ending.
That's your fault.
The dismount's never good with a milkshake.
That's your fault. That's not the milkshake's
also,
fault.
you get this milkshake mouth after, if you know what I'm talking about.
No.
You got this
Never got
milky
that.
milkshake mouth that you need to go brush your teeth after. Otherwise, you have this like soury milkshake mouth via saying yes.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
That's not true. You don't
float.
get that a milkshake
A
mouth.
root beer float. Not as common.
What?
You do. I do. She does.
You did something wrong with you.
People get it, Joe.
Please.
You don't have ice. You have ice cream. You don't get that? You need something to break it up.
No, I love a glass of water after a bowl of ice cream. It's very refreshing. But that's not because I have ice cream mouth.
Right.
It just tastes good
I'm
after.
telling you, people, you get that that dairy milkshake, and you
And you don't get this from a root beer float?
No, because the root beer cuts through the sugar from that root beer and those secret ingredients in the root beer, which, by the way, root beer to me is the best cola that has ever been invented. And you combine that then with ice cream and whipped cream and you make that float. Now, from a child, like milkshakes, but from a child, root beer float was something special. There was an A&W on Highland Boulevard and Midland Avenue in Staten Island that then became a diner. But A&W when I was little was the tits, right? And we used to go there and they would bring out the food and hang it on our car window, the tray, and they would give you a root beer float in a big A&W frosted mug. And it was with the whole combination with the cheeseburger and fries. People order a milkshake with cheeseburger and fries. I say a root beer float is even better.
Oh, you're nuts.
With a milkshake
You're
and fries.
You're an idiot.
Absolutely.
You're an idiot. Root beer floats suck. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
There's about a 2-second window with a root beer float.
Wrong.
First of all, it's got vanilla ice cream in it, which sucks because now it's a cream soda. Cream soda is the worst fucking drink on planet Earth, period. That's a fact. My lips to God's ears.
It's not cream soda. Cream soda is cream soda.
It turns it into cream
Cream
soda
soda is
flavor.
not root beer with ice cream.
And I will tell you this.
Dope.
The root beer float has about a 2-second window where the
Wrong.
root beer and the ice cream are separated, and you get sort of a blend of the two, and then it turns into this disgusting, like there is
How long are
nothing
you
grosser
taking?
than
How
a
long
whip.
are you taking to have a
I'm
drink
gonna
and eat a
enjoy
root
it.
beer
I'm
float?
not going to gavoon it down like an animal.
Gavoon. That's
Yeah.
not a word. It's not even
Yes,
a
it
slang
is.
word.
That's
It's
an
gavone.
Italian-
It's gavone.
Gavoon.
No, it's not gavoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check yourself.
Maybe where you come from.
Yeah, maybe where you shop.
Well,
You remember that? Remember that Wayne's World thing?
No.
When he's like, "Oh, it's what do you say?" He goes, "It's six. It's basically six for 10 cents." And the other guy goes, "You mean a dime a dozen?" He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's 12 for 10 cents." He goes, "You mean a dime a dozen?" He goes, "Maybe where you shop." All right.
Listen,
You're eating it wrong.
It becomes disgusting.
You're eating it wrong.
It gets that weird, like spider webby look to it, where it's like the ice cream is melted and it's clashing with the foam and the carbonation.
No, it's not clashing.
It's gross.
It's combining to make something different. There are different stages to a root beer float, and that's what I love about it. And by the way, if you have a nice fresh ice cream scoop on top and that root beer is cold and it's in a frosted glass, 2 seconds.
Oh, that's a lot of factors, Bubby. That's a lot of
you don't
factors.
even need a frosted glass. As long as the root beer is cold, it's not going to go that fast. It's not. And actually,
Yes, it
the
is.
process, like an affogato. You ever have an affogato?
I don't even know what that is. And you just made that up.
No, I don't. No, I didn't. It's espresso with a scoop of ice cream in it, and the espresso is hot, and the vanilla
Stupid
ice cream
idiot.
melts a little bit into the espresso. And
You're
you have
a
ice
child.
cream and espresso. Are you kidding me?
You're a
That's
child.
in every single coffee place that's worth its salt.
Never once seen it once. Never
It's
once
on,
seen
it's
it
on
once.
menus at restaurants.
Never once
Affogato.
seen it once.
You've never heard.
Never once seen it once.
You've never heard of affogato in your life.
Never once seen it
Well,
once.
I'm sorry if I'm more cultured than you. I
Oh,
don't know,
yeah.
and it's not even about culture.
Yeah.
It's
Go
not
eat
even-
it. Go drink an avocado
Look at it.
with your clam pizza and these other things that only exist on this island you
Joe,
live
give me
on.
a break. That's it. Do you see it served at a beautiful fine dining establishment? They pour the espresso over the vanilla ice cream.
I refuse.
It's a staple in even
I
in
refuse to
Italian
accept
desserts.
it. I refuse to accept it, and that's not what we're talking
you don't
about.
have to accept
we're
it. It's
talking
been
about a root
accepted
beer
long
float.
before you.
Root beer floats suck.
No, okay. So
You're taking the worst ice cream and one of the lesser sodas and mixing
you're
them
taking
together.
the best ice cream and the best fucking soda. Vanilla ice cream beat chocolate ice cream on this program.
and everybody was wrong, and I am right.
Right.
As
Sure.
always.
Now, there's stages to a root beer float, and you're acting like it's a negative when it's not. In fact, it is the positive to the root beer float. And another thing you don't need is you don't have to suck like your life depends on it to get the first drop
Oh,
out.
you don't know
A
with a
milkshake
well-made
can go
milkshake.
screw. Yes, you have to
Stop
wait.
it.
You have to wait, and it's annoying as hell. And with a root beer float, you get. What you do is you get the ice cream on top, and then you get the root beer at its purest form on the bottom, and you go back and
In
forth.
its purest form?
Yes, because
What are
the
you talking
ice cream has
about?
not melted down to the bottom
Wait a
yet.
minute, wait a
There's
minute.
stages. You understand what I'm saying? You got
Yes.
Still, you got the cold ice cream up top. You take a scoop of that, a little whipped cream as well. Never hurt nobody, right? And
come
then
on,
The
dude.
straw though is at the bottom of the glass, so you're getting straight up root beer. So there's a little mix there. Then you get to the part where the ice cream becomes semi-soft and it starts to get a little more creamy. And then that's a different textural experience than initially. And then you're eating it. And then it's probably about half your ice cream scoop left if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you mix it. Okay, and then it becomes this frothy, creamy deliciousness. It's almost like when you were little. Did you ever mix Coca-Cola and soda? I mean, Coca-Cola.
Am
and
I
milk,
going to be allowed to speak at any point? Or are you just going to keep rapid
It's
firing?
an hour-long program. I'm just talking about my portion of it right now.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You've been going for a while.
Well, I could stop. I have something to say.
Please stop.
Well, it's not like you're trying to get a word in. I'm speaking.
I'm waiting for you to come to a fucking point.
That's
here.
what happens in conversations.
Oh boy, this is your conversations.
Okay, so I'll just stop talking.
This is why you're home alone while I'm out eating carrot cake in fine restaurants.
Sure. You said it sucks. I said there's stages. I went on to explain myself, and I was still doing that. And you said, when are you going to stop talking? If that's the vibe, it's the vibe.
That's the vibe.
All right.
That's the vibe.
Well, then the vibe is fierce. Go ahead.
Can I hit you fierce?
Yeah.
Let's go fierce.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes.
Kitty's got claws today.
That's right.
Okay. You want to talk milkshakes? Let's
Yeah.
talk milkshakes.
Yeah.
How dare you, first of all,
A creamy
bring up.
gut buster. By the way, lactose intolerant people,
Do
sorry.
you see how he
Yeah,
immediately
I did it on
starts
purpose.
talking
I
again?
did it on purpose.
Did you
You
though?
don't do that to me.
Did you though?
Yeah.
I don't think you know
I
that
did
you
it on
do
purpose.
it.
I did it
I
on
don't think
purpose.
you know that you
I know
do
what gets
it.
under your skin.
It's man, listen to me. Listen to me. Milkshake, strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, peanut butter, blueberry, and the list goes on and on and on and on. There is no end to the delicious, delicate, decadent flavors that you can get out of a milkshake. A milkshake will suit any craving you have in that moment for a sweet. A milkshake is out there that will match that craving. The
You don't think a
milkshake.
root beer float would do that as well?
No, that's not true.
Check the same
You
box.
have to want the flavor of root beer.
Or you have to want the flavor of ice cream melted.
No, but do you hear what he just said? You have to want the flavor of ice cream melted.
You have to want the
Who
flavor-
the hell ever wants that?
You want? That's what a milkshake is. What a silly goose. What a silly goose. You're a silly goose with glasses.
What? No,
Yeah,
you
you
mean
are.
in the root beer float? A milkshake isn't ice
you
cream
just said
melted.
you're on you had to want root beer to order a root beer float. Well, all I said was you have to want a milkshake to order a milkshake.
That's not a milkshake. Is not the flavor of ice cream melted to me. It's a concoction made with ice cream. And it becomes something much
you
greater.
have to want a milkshake to order it, right?
Oh, you idiot!
Yeah.
I'm saying you have one flavor of root beer float.
It's
One.
funny that you don't like melted ice cream, but you're arguing. You're arguing for a
about?
milkshake.
Hold on a second. You have one flavor of root beer float.
That's all you need.
It's all you get.
That's all you
and
need.
if you don't want the flavor of medicinal soda, medicinal tasting soda
bro, come
with
on.
vanilla ice cream dumped in it, then you're shit out of luck. If you want a dessert, and I said, hey guys, our only option for dessert tonight is the milkshake place. Everybody go, yeah, I can live with that. I'll find something at the milkshake place in the 37 flavors of Baskin and Robbins, and I'll get something that works. If I said the only option for dessert tonight is the root beer float place, they'd go, I'll pass.
That's a silly argument.
I'm not in the mood for
Because
a root
there's
beer
not
float.
one of either. You just named Baskin Robbins as a milkshake place, and all
I'm
that is
just-
an ice
I'm
cream
just saying
store.
the-
And
I'm
guess
saying
what else
they
you
would
can
have
get there?
37
You can get a
flavors.
root beer float there too.
I'm saying you're not speaking to my point. Speak to my point. I want you to stay on track. I want you to stay focused.
Yeah.
I am saying if I said we have two choices for dessert tonight, okay, and that's it. Either I can only take you to a place that serves just a variety of milkshakes, because that's what milkshakes are, or I could take you to a place that only has root beer floats. If the root beer float option was the only option, a lot of people would go, I'll pass on dessert. Whereas I think a lot of those same people would say, I'll go to the milkshake place
Yeah,
and I'll
but
figure
you can
something
get more
out.
granular and just say you got a milkshake in front of you and a root beer float in front of you. Which one do you want?
Which
Why are you
milkshake?
like, am I going to go to the milkshake shop or am I going to go to the root beer float shop?
There's a million
Silly.
milkshake flavors. That's one of the
Root beer
attributes of
float,
milkshakes.
you can get a milkshake anytime, anywhere. People don't have root
Oh,
beer
yeah, because
floats.
it's so hard to make a root beer float, to dump ice cream into soda like a pig.
People don't have root beer
and
floats
suck
as
it
much as they have
down.
milkshakes is all I'm saying.
Because they suck.
No, it's just because it's not on people's minds. It's not at the forefront
Because
of
they
menus.
suck.
No.
Things that suck
So
aren't
you
on
think, you
people's
think a root beer
minds.
float has been around for 100 years and you think people think it sucks? I don't think a milkshake sucks. Let's be honest with each other.
I think
you
it's,
think
I
a
think
root beer float sucks?
Just because something's
Do you
been
think a root beer float
bone in the
sucks?
ground's been around for 100 years doesn't mean I want to eat it.
Do you think a root beer float sucks?
Yeah.
You really do.
I have always thought they sucked. When I was a kid,
Yes.
I was in awe.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this.
If somebody
Let me
threw
tell
you
you
a root beer float while you were sitting in a ditch, you wouldn't drink it?
Not in a second.
Yeah.
Not in a second. I'm telling you the truth.
Root beer, the best
I'm-
cola with the best ice cream.
The best
by the way,
cola.
By the way, you could
It's
put
not cola, by the way. Cola's cola.
It's beer. By the way, you could put any scoop of ice cream you want in it. There's no rule there.
Oh, you stop it,
Well,
Sal.
you went on and on about flavors of milkshakes.
You can't put any flavor of ice cream in it because a lot of flavors would clash with root beer flavor.
There's plenty of flavors that don't clash. Is all I'm saying. You could put chocolate in it.
You think chocolate would mix well with root beer flavor?
100
I do
million
not.
%.
Look at V's face. Look at the
100 million
disgust
%. Guys,
on
it's,
V's
it's
face.
a caramel-based thing. You put that on chocolate. Are you kidding me?
Look at her face.
Yeah, but just because V makes that face doesn't mean make it so.
Here's make it so.
Yeah.
Make it so. I'm telling you
All
something.
right, let's
Wait. I want to tell you something.
Yeah, tell me.
When I was a child, when I was a little child, this is true.
Yeah.
My mother told me, she regaled me with tales of the root beer float.
Yeah.
Because when she was a child in the 40s, whatever the hell it was,
Right.
she was like, we all had root beer floats because that's where that drink belongs. Okay?
No, it doesn't.
Post-Depression,
No.
post-World War II, coming out of
the
a
people
war.
that built this country love
Coming out
root
of
beer
a war
floats.
where you gotta
The
work in a
greatest
factory.
generation loves root beer floats. What does that tell you?
Anyway, yes, the generation of racism and sexism and abuse, child abuse.
The generation that was the gears of the progress.
I'm telling you something. She told me about the root beer float. Sal, I couldn't wait. I was like, there's something out there that combines soda and ice cream. I'm so in. I had one of these things. I swear to God, I was like, within 3 minutes, this thing was ruined. I hated these flavors together. I hated every aspect of it. And I have tried, much like the s'more, to revisit
Wait
it
a minute.
many times through
Wait
my
a
life,
minute.
and every time it sucks.
Wait a minute.
What?
Aren't you lactose intolerant?
No, I'm not lactose intolerant. I have a lactose reaction, but it's something that came when I got older. I didn't have it as a kid.
Oh, then how are you drinking a milkshake?
I have.
You have told me that you pass on stuff. It just came back to me when you're like, I can't eat pizza. I'm lactose
Yeah, in
intolerant.
the last like 3 years, I've developed a lactose issue. You don't think I've had 87,000 milkshakes prior to that?
I bet you have.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yeah, am I wrong? You don't think I can have a
By the way, you don't
lactose-free
get
milkshake?
Every time you have a
You don't think I
milkshake,
could
then
make a
you're
milkshake
gonna
with
have like a-
lactose-free almond milk or whatever? You don't think I could do that?
No. Almond milk. Even when
I
it
haven't-
came out of your mouth, you knew that was silly.
Very much. This is very sincere. I have not had a milkshake since I've developed my lactose, but that issue has developed over the last few years. You'd remember that if you had listened to me anytime I've told you about it. Every time I've told you about
All
it,
I just said
I
was,
tell
aren't
the
you
history.
lactose intolerant?
Yeah, but
you are.
But no. Lactose intolerant is basically your stomach gets upset and you shit. I get an allergy like in my throat and inner ears start to itch, and then I'll
But
vomit.
to Joe's point, a lot of people I know will take their lactose pill just to have ice cream or pizza.
That's true too, but I don't have the same
But people will
lactose.
fall on the sword for a milkshake, not for root beer float.
Thank you, pimp.
Yeah, look, I'm
Thank
not
you,
saying
Pimpy.
I'm not acknowledging the behemoth that is the milkshake. And I didn't even say that I don't like milkshakes. I do. But I think there are cons to them. And I also think that the root beer float to me is more refreshing. It quenches thirst while it's creamy, and I don't have it as often. So when I have it, I'm always more excited about it. And I had to imagine that feeling is how a lot of people feel.
I guess, but in this country, like people like thick. They like Megan the Stallion. So
Oh,
I think the
wow.
milkshake might be a little bit thicker.
Well, yeah.
But again,
And I'll
like
tell
I
you what
said,
your
you
I'll tell you
get
what
a
your root
milkshake
beer
and you
float's
got
never
a
done.
milkshake and you got to wait 15 minutes to have it.
I'll tell you what your root beer float's never done. Ain't brought nobody to the yard, and we all know that.
I was hoping that you wouldn't go there.
Well, like Pimp keeps playing the video. He clearly
Did
wanted
he?
me to say
Oh, I
it.
didn't see that. Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a woman that hot singing about a root beer float? Ever?
My root beer float brings the girls to the yard.
Please.
It does.
If you went out on a date and bought a woman a root beer float or drank, could you imagine? Let's just talk
If you
about
went
this
on a
for
date and
You
bought a
imagine
woman a
going on date
milkshake.
with a woman,
Bro, they're in the
and
same
ordering
exact
and drinking
category.
a root beer float in front of her. If she didn't spit on me and walk out, I would have no respect
But
for
they're
her.
in identical categories. What are you talking about?
No, they are not.
No.
they are not.
No.
Milkshakes are charming. it's cute. It's fun.
A drink with ice
root
cream that's
beer
meant as a
float-
dessert.
A root beer float. I would be looking for Depends peeking out of the person's pants. It's old people food.
They're both desserts based on ice cream served in
I
glasses.
didn't even know it said that. Root beer floats are for old men. Milkshakes for the win.
She's
from
wrong. I'm
Sue's
telling you,
Lynch.
it's not my fault that this woman didn't come around to root beer floats and doesn't know about
A
them.
root beer float is just less of what makes a milkshake good. You're always left wanting more ice cream. Milkshake all day. Root beer float is like using cough syrup on ice cream. Thank you, Kenny. Milkshakes are great. Huh? Did we set off the alarm? I don't know.
No, it went
Now
off
we're good.
earlier, actually.
Milkshakes are great if you love the warm embrace of phlegm and have temporary Kermit voice.
That's
okay,
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Before it
it's
was a
fine.
false alarm. He came on and said it's a false
You
alarm.
think they're testing the system or something? When was the last time you did a fire drill?
Dude,
One went
so,
off in my hotel this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
The last time I was in Boston, this weekend was rescheduled because all the fire alarms in Boston went off on the same night.
Wait a minute. You think it's you?
Listen to that fire alarm. What is it, a clown whistle? It's going, whoop. I want to talk to you about diet, and therefore I want to talk to you about Noom. I am somebody who has zigzagged between many different diets and diet trends and things like that over the years. I've made some drastic changes very suddenly, trying to find the right fit. And I love Noom. Why? Because Noom is the first psychology-based approach I've ever experienced or discovered when it comes to food and your eating habits. It's a program that helps you understand the science behind your eating choices and why you have cravings. For people out there that have used eating coaches, for people out there that have tried, again, these fad diets, they're tough things and they often don't stick. Why? Because it's not helping you understand the food you're eating and why you are eating it. Here's another thing that you really should put a pin in and keep your ears open for. First-time Noomers lose an average of 15 pounds after being active in the program for 16 weeks. And 95% of customers say Noom is a good long-term solution. It helped me understand food better. It helped me understand my eating better. I like Noom. So stop chasing those health trends and build sustainable, healthy habits with Noom's psychology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com/tastebud. That's NOOM.com/tastebud. And sign up for your trial today. Also, check out Noom's first ever book, The Noom Mindset, a deep dive into the psychology of behavior change, available to buy wherever books are sold. All right. Milkshakes are all right. We did that lime milkshake. That's another great point
Taste buds.
from
20% off
Cheddar.
your first order and
lime
free
milkshake.
gummies.
You can have a
What is
milkshake.
that?
You can have a milkshake with a tart flavor to it. Like you can have like a lemon or citrusy milkshake type of thing. You can't root beer float. Root beer float's always an option as a kid, homemade. I blame low motivation. Fair enough. Milkshakes come in so many different flavors, like Joe's personality. This debate isn't even fair.
You never did when you were little. You never did like Coca-Cola and milk.
And milk?
Yeah.
That's disgusting. No,
No,
I've never
a lot of
even
kids did
never
it.
even.
Yeah.
That
It was,
nobody.
I
who
swear to
did
God,
that?
I know everyone did it when I was little. Do we know what's going on?
This is insane. This is insane.
We don't even know what's going on.
Is this good? This is insane. All right.
One fact about both of these is they were used as vehicles for alcohol when they were invented. Something about the
Oh,
prohibition.
you
The
could spike
root beer-
both of them. You could spike both of them for sure.
Oh, that's the other thing. The bourbon milkshakes
You could-
still
you could
a
spike both of
thing.
them. You could spike both of them.
But Sal, a bourbon milkshake is a thing. A spiked root beer float is not a thing.
Why not? Of course
It's
it is.
not a thing,
Joe,
Sal.
Joe, I hate when you make those.
Sal,
statements
where?
like that.
Where have you? When have you
He
ever
ju-
gone to a
he-
bar
he-
and seen
he
a?
led off with the sentence that it used to be used as
He
spiking.
said used to be. Places still
was a thing.
places still serve spiked milkshakes. They don't serve spiked root beer floats. It's not a.
Joe, you're stupid.
I'm not stupid.
You don't think any place serves a spiked root beer float?
I'm sure there's one or two places on planet Earth that do it, Sal. Yes. I'm saying on average. Let's talk numbers here. You know that there's way more chance of finding a spiked milkshake.
Honestly,
you know that.
Honestly, I feel refreshed after a root beer float.
Oh, get the
No, because it is more of like an actual drink. Ice cream, you're just eating just softened cream. At the end of it, it doesn't quench your thirst.
Do me a
Root beer
favor.
checks 2 boxes for me. It feels like a dessert, but then at the end of it, I feel like that last sip is so good. That last sip of the last piece of root beer and the last melted ice cream, but it's also a more liquidy, cold consistency. It's a beverage. A milkshake is beverage adjacent. It's not really a beverage.
All right. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do?
You can't drink a milkshake and then go do something.
After we wrap today.
When
You can't drink a root beer float and go do something.
Watch me. Watch me.
You know what I do after I drink a milkshake?
Take a shit?
I have sex, baby.
No, you don't.
Because it's a late
No,
night
you
date
don't.
thing to do.
No, you don't. You just
Me and that
grossed out.
date
You
get
grossed out everybody.
We get 2 straws in that strawberry
No.
shake like lovers.
That sounds
And
about
then
right.
we go have sex in the parking lot.
That sounds about right.
Remix that. Everyone.
Yeah, that's got to be just someone puts Jack, put some auto tune on that shit.
Who's Jack?
Jack is the guy, our fan that makes all the songs for us all the time.
Okay, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Auto tune it, flip it, smack it up, flip it, rub it down.
Oh, no. Yeah, if you have, I think now you will not have sex again. As long as whoever watched
I got
this
news
will
for
not
you,
have
buddy.
sex with you.
I'll always have sex.
I don't know. Not for people who heard that. Not from people who. That's disgusting. You're
I'm
just
saying
full and
it's a
bloated, and
date.
your mouth's
It's
all
a
creamy.
date. It's
Ugh.
not, Sal. Nobody else bloats themselves and
Nobody
gives themselves
else.
cottonmouth through a milkshake. You don't have to drink the whole thing, by the way, you animal.
you
You
only-
can leave some. You're allowed to leave some food on the table. Did you know that? Did you know you're allowed to not eat all of it?
Yeah, I do, Joe. But you just said after you finish one, you go have sex.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I'm talking about that.
Maybe I don't drink the little canister that comes with it. Maybe
all right,
I drink most of it.
So you really want to say, I'll tell you what I do after I have a few sips of milkshake.
Oh, please. Oh, please. I'll tell you what I'm going to do after we wrap today.
I
I'm
know
going to put
you're
my
gonna-
ear to
you're
that
gonna walk
cushion
in-
so I can hear all you talked out of your ass.
Yeah, you know
right
you're
into
gonna
it.
walk out of here, and everything you say to everyone is always like, "There's no place on earth. No one ever said this. No one ever did that. It's impossible. It doesn't
Let's
exist."
go. Let's go. It's about that time. Let's go to the phones officially.
Yeah,
let's go to the
let's
phones
go.
officially. John Wolf says, also, one is a delicate balance of sweet, bubbly, and rich ice cream. The other
Go,
feels
baby.
like a cement mixture dumped into the payload into your guts.
I love you, John Wolf.
Milkshake's 1,000%. More accessible, multi-flavored, brings all the boys to my yard. Kids hitting all the
More
points.
accessible is actually a point that I was making in a positive point about the root beer float.
Floats-
That it's more of a treat because you don't have it as often.
Floats are the mix of 2 things that don't even live in the same neighborhood. They not even the same state. They shouldn't be friends.
Wrong.
The adults here choosing root beer float are the same people who refer to high school as the best times of their life.
That's funny. Although I don't think that, but sure.
Milkshake all day. If you give Joe root beer float, we got a boycott. I already know Joe's going to defend root beer float by saying it's classic or some bullshit. But no one has drank a root beer float since the Carter administration.
But this is all not true. That's what I'm saying. It's like
it is true, Sal. I love when everybody agrees with you. You go, that's how you know it's true. And then when they agree with me, you go, this is all not true. Root beer floats are not a thing anywhere unless you make it at home. You saw it in one restaurant in the last decade, and you're saying, therefore, places carry it.
You can get it at any diner. You can go get it at any
sure-
dessert shop. You can get it at home.
Off menu.
You can't make a milkshake at home.
Off. What? Yes,
nobody's
you can.
nobody's at home with. No one has that special machine.
You don't need a special
You
machine.
at home fucking beating with your
Use
hands
a
mixing
blend-
milkshakes.
You use a blender to make a milkshake.
Nobody at home is making milkshakes. People at home, you pour a glass of root
man,
beer,
when I
you
was a
throw
kid-
a scoop of ice cream in it, maybe a little whipped
When I
cream,
was a kid-
and you're off to the races in 2 seconds.
Root beer floats are what trash thinks is class. Ordering a root beer float is something a deadbeat dad orders for their forgotten about
crazy.
child in the hopes that they will forget about the terrible thing they've done.
I think people, I notice a pattern. Every week, the thing that people don't like, they all respond to it in the same exact way, even though it doesn't really track.
You're just saying that because you're going to lose.
Well, I'm clearly going to lose. But
I think the winner is the one that we both left.
root beer
at.
floats
Okay.
are the reason A&W is America's oldest restaurant chain. The people that
Where
know.
the hell is there an A&W? You can't find. The only
I just
A&W I
passed
know
an
about is
A&W
in
last
Canada.
week. I just passed an A&W last week. In Canada, actually.
Yes, that's every time I do the JFL Montreal, I go to the A&W in the food court of that mall because I'm like, what a special treat they have the A&W place.
What do you
here.
have there?
I don't get a root beer float.
No?
I
Their
do.
signature drink?
I don't. No, I
For
don't.
100 years?
I don't. I didn't even know they had that there. Honestly, I get fast food. I get like a burger and fries and shit.
You didn't know that A&W had a root beer float?
I swear to God, I never even looked
So
to see
then,
if they had it.
you don't even know that they're basically one of the founders, like one of the biggest advocates and the biggest sources of root beer floats. You didn't even know that they serve that, but you're yelling out loud at the top of your lungs.
Yeah.
No one serves root beer floats.
Sorry, I didn't think to look for the item I've never seen on a menu ever at the one fast food place I visit every 5 years.
What does it matter
because
if
it's
it's on a
practically
menu?
extinct. What does it matter if it's on a menu? Do you hear the arguments coming out of this man's mouth right now?
But we're talking about
what matters
which one you prefer.
You put it. No. You
We're talking about
asked-
taste.
But that's not what Sal.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to your point about me not seeing it on the A&W menu, and then you say, what's it matter if it's on a menu? I'm not speaking about my preference.
Those points can coexist.
Then why are you double talking me
You're
for
screaming
doing
that
it?
it's on no menus, yet you didn't know the most famous menu of all that you go to is on.
No, what I said was I wouldn't even think to look for it on that menu because I've never seen it on a goddamn menu.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I don't like it, so I doubly wouldn't look for it on that menu. That's what I said. Anyway, that's what I said. Thank you, V. Thank you. Man, the whole team's with me today, buddy.
The
Team's
whole
with me.
team can agree that they like milkshakes over root beer floats. That doesn't change anything.
They're also agreeing with all these. You're talking real backwards today.
Nah.
You're talking
You're
real
doing
backwards
this is
today.
going to be a classic episode because it's your classic arguments. You're only speaking absolutes, and it just immediately it loses the integrity of the argument because there's no nuance.
What are you talking about?
What
Your
you do.
drink sucks. My drink is awesome.
That's
what
fine.
else is there to argue?
Well, the never this, no one's ever done this.
Sal,
You've never find this.
You were able to name one place that you were at 2 days ago
Joe,
that had a root beer float on the menu.
Joe, can I name a specific thing? You said diners. I'll say diners too.
Diners
I've had
don't.
root beer
I
floats
have
in
not
diners.
seen.
You're batshit crazy.
V,
You're
pull
ba-
up a menu. Here,
the
15 best.
15 best places for root beer floats in Manhattan. Bond Street Lounge. Sorry, Pimp. Van Leeuwen Ice Cream Shop, one of the best shops. 16 handles, one of the biggest shops there are. Jacob's Pickles. I just ate there with Michael J. Fox. Art
Bro,
Bar.
listen to this name drop.
Well, I did. I mean, I
What
never
a
heard of
just-
it before
what
that.
a
So.
just
Bell
name
Book
drop.
and Candle. Oh, nice restaurants. Earl's Beer and Cheese Shop. Okay, that's another one.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Up
go.
on-
Keep
up
going.
on-
Lexington Candy Shop, Luncheonette. Keep going.
Okay. Do you?
Dwayne Park.
Yes. Do you realize why?
Harrison Restaurant. God, you
Okay.
the Meatball Shop. Meatball Shop. That's
This
a big
is-
one.
okay.
5 Napkin Burger has him.
Okay.
Shake Shack has him. You
Shake Shack
dick.
also has shakes. These places all also have shakes.
Right. Your place Baked by Melissa has them. So major.
Oh, well,
major
Baked by Melissa has them. Oh, how
See,
did
now-
I
all
not
right.
know
So now we
that
just-
Baked by Melissa
so-
has them?
That's a huge company, bro.
I don't know.
So now we just named 15 places easily in Manhattan. Some of them are major change.
Hold
One
on
of
a
them
second.
has the word shake
Hold
in the
on a
name,
second.
and now it's no who cares.
Hold on a second. You did not name 15 places easily. You needed a guide that was curated because people that are looking for this extinct drink need a guide to tell them where to find the goddamn thing.
Pimp, if you
You're
Google
out of your
where
mind
to
right
find the
now.
best milkshakes
You're
in
out
New
of
York
your
City,
mind
do you
right
think an
now.
article won't come up because people know what milkshakes are? Or do you think an article will still come up? Right.
It didn't require an article.
But his point is that the reason that article exists is because
Okay.
people need to
Let's
ask
go to- let's
'cause they
go to
don't
the
know where
vote.
it is.
We gotta go to the vote.
Every time I debunk anything you say,
What did you
just
debunk?
shout louder and,
What
and,
did you
and
debunk?
ask to go to the phones.
What did you debunk?
You just said that
You
the
will
only
find
reason the
milkshakes
article
way
exists
more frequently than you will
I
root
said
beer
that
floats.
to start this before you even open your pie hole.
What are you
I
talking
said
about?
that they're less found, and so they're more special to me. Milkshake can get everywhere. Root beer floats are not as
Then
common.
why do you
so
keep
now you're
arguing
arguing
me?
back at me?
Why do
You
you keep
just
ar-
said the article was made because people need to go there because they don't know where to
Oh, I
find it.
stand by that.
Okay, so that would mean that Milkshake shouldn't have an article like that because everyone knows where to get milkshakes.
No, that's not true.
Right, so that debunks your fucking claim.
Doesn't debunk my claim.
Okay, all right.
Doesn't, they're not
You-
mutually
you say
exclusive,
nowhere
exclusive
sells
truths.
it. He named 15 places. 7 of them are national chains, and all of a sudden, all
Whoa,
that
whoa,
yelling
whoa,
you did
whoa,
that no
whoa.
one
Which
sells
of
them.
those 7 were national chains?
By the way, let's just talk about Shake Shack
Shake
to
Shack.
begin with.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Has root beer floats.
Oh, really?
Shake
Yeah,
Shack.
you know why? Because
Yeah.
they got to get rid of the shit vanilla ice cream nobody wants, and they got to add something to the menu
Good. That's it,
by
Joe.
dumping it off
That's
in the
strong.
soda nobody
That's
wants.
strong. That's strong. They don't move vanilla shakes. They needed to get
All right.
rid of the vanilla.
Let's
to
go to the vote. Let's give the
but
win
you know
to
when
whoever
you
we
know when
laughed
your
at.
arguments are horseshit, right?
No, they're not horseshit.
The fact
they're
that
not
you can't even speak
You're
to the fact
coming
that
in pissing-
Shake Shack has a root beer float. The place that's most known for shakes, Shake
Yes.
Shack. You don't know where you can get a root beer float. Shake Shack has them. The place known for shakes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd like
and
to
I
see-
said earlier
I'd like to
that
see
they're
a
in the
current-
same exact category.
I'd like to see a current Shake Shack menu from the Shake Shack
God,
website.
Let it go, Joe. Just as
No, I
when,
wanna see
when
it.
there's a fact, just fucking believe the fact.
I wanna
bro.
see it.
Oh my God.
I want to see it. What? No,
It's-
why?
but-
Oh my God!
but it's
let's, let's
but
look.
you're
If
untenable.
it's oh my God, then let's look.
You're untenable.
If it's oh my God, then let's look.
It just listed it.
Let's look. I've been to a lot of places where they say they have a certain thing and you go and they don't have it anymore. Let's just look.
Are you saying that you don't think any Shake Shacks carry root beer floats?
Sal, I said,
If
let's
it was
look
just
at
in the article.
Shake Shack current menu. Here's the menu. Go down right there, Pimp. There's a drink thing. See it on the bottom? Drinks. Lemonade.
Root beer.
Okay.
I wonder
so
what's
now-
going to come of that.
So now go to ice cream, Pimp. Shake. Oh,
Floats.
please.
There it is, right
Oh,
there.
please.
Floats.
Please.
Right there. Root beer.
God, that would have
Again.
felt so
Yeah,
good.
You know what you should do?
That would have
You
felt
should-
so good.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It doesn't. It feels bad, right? Because you're wrong.
No, it doesn't
should
feel bad. Nah, 'cause I'm
You
still
should
gonna
be-
win.
You should be filled with
I don't care.
negativity.
I don't care. I'm Teflon
You should feel
Don.
bad.
Teflon Don.
No, all you're doing
Don.
is losing the integrity of your arguments.
No, I'm not. I'm going to win the battle.
because you're refusing anything else. You're just saying no. You're like trumping. You're like Donald Trump.
Yeah, he
That's
won.
what you're doing. Well, then he lost, and now he's in jail.
Okay, then I'll go to jail for my milkshake arguments.
This
All
was
right.
a bad argument from you today.
No, it wasn't.
I believe it was. I
Can we
believe-
pick
from the bottom of my heart? I believe it was bad.
Can we pick our winner?
Yep.
Give it to the tweet from the person that made us laugh. That
was
we
a good one.
Which
I
one
would
it
give it to
was? But we gotta shout them out though. Who was? It's that here choosing root beer flow. Some people who refer to high school as the best time of their lives.
I hope that was it.
Well,
Well, God
that's
bless
it.
her. God bless her.
Sam at It's Sam Loop. Follow Sam. Thank you, Sam. All right, Pimp.
I mean, we know Milkshake's going to win.
We
We
got
knew that. We knew that
7,000
before we
votes.
started. But let's
see if
let's
I
see
have
what I
that.
hope I pull more than 25. 19. Well, Milkshake is a beast. I never thought I was winning. But my point is that I had nuance in my argument, and I gave Milkshake. That's what you want to do.
I still love you, buddy.
I love you too.
Taste buds, they coming to the mic, talking about the food they hate, talking about the food they like. Two fools gonna fight, but only one food can be right. Taste buds, man, yeah, they coming to the mic. I'm talking.